Unnecessary in assimilation.
Call me KWAME. Me and team loyalty. I can't believe what you can't believe. It's a me and team, that's loyalty. I'm KWAME Brown, you hear me? Valet Parker limousine, speak softly. Have a big stick, I take a big stick. Flex on the knee, now I have to snap it. Take loudly, carry a BiiigTech. I ain't even flash yet. 1-8, I'm 18 again. Just join the league, justice for me. MJ on your team, that's the real king. Pop styles like the bone mine for the taking of the coach. That's funny, blame me with dysfunction when the bullets started dropping. My pen I want when I type my rhymes on the phone. Open notes, that's game tape. Copy and paste, algorithmic code. Break the simulation, get your strong self out the way. Made man learn from a man that's made. Man that's a flex like make a family. Have some kids like the ball game. MJ Sons, rap game, BiiigTech. Have some fun, Stephen A. Ran my charge card on Doja Dodge. Had me revving with my dogs. Fast 9, bull run them shot comms. Jason Whitlock, sporting a Strowman tumble block. Full caller, KWAME anything less than a lottery. Lotto pick, #1 team USA protect him. He knows the game got played by old oligarchs like the USA on election day. I'm KWAME Brown, KWAME. Bust life, living my best life. Yeah. Oh, I'm bustin' now. I'm the #1 draft pick. It's the life, bustin', come again.
They got more right.
I'm bustin' now. I'm the #1 draft pick. It's the life,
People talking about fuck Donald Trump. I'm like, whoa, let's go back.
Be most excellent. Bill and Ted time
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I was a guy that said the same thing. I was a guy at first because of the rhetoric and all that. It wasn't until the Angela Stanton interview when they disrespected that sister like that. And I'm like, wait, she come from a similar background as my family. She comes from the struggle. I know how they sway narratives. So when they ganged up on her, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me look up the shit that she's saying. Because before, I would never pay attention. If you said Trump, it's fuck you. I'll fight you. I don't give a fuck you, mother. But when she said school choice, and she said things that I can look up, I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't a bad thing.
Oh, Biden said he didn't want them niggas around.
They said forgive him. The Black Caucus told us forgive him.
Welcome to the crowd.
Sounds like we need a new Black Caucus.
Hold on.
If you break it down, family through.
They're getting a lot of money from where?
They shout out for self-talk. Get a little taste of mama's cookie, mama's cookie, mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie, boy. Get a little taste of mama's cookie, mama's cookie, mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie.
I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. I was going to leave KWAME Brown alone.
Get a little taste of mama's cookie, mama's cookie, mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie, boy. Get a little taste of mama's cookie, mama's cookie, mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie.
Why was you at them colleges, boy? Why the hell was you at them high schools, boy?
Good question.
I told y'all, it's easy to expose the go along, get along gang.
Go gaga, get along, I got gang. Go along, get along, gang, gang, gang. Mom's cooking, man. Go along, get along.
I don't want no trouble though. They don't want no trouble either.
Sound like some Halo.
I definitely ain't gonna play in traffic because I got that beautiful young girl over there. And I got that son right there.
Beat me up,
I don't play in traffic. My mama taught me not to play in traffic. I used to get spankings for playing in traffic.
This is a new legacy.
I'm too old to play in traffic.
Space Jam, Bugs Bunny. This is everything. We on a UV light beam. This is a new legacy. Space Jam, Bugs Bunny. This is everything. Purple Hendrix haze, now I can see. Light up, hold the light up, light the night up. We on a UV light beam. This is a new legacy. Space Jam, Bugs Bunny. This is everything. We on a UV light beam. This is a new legacy. Space Jam, this is everything. Purple Hendrix haze, now I can see. Light up, hold the light up, light the night up, hold the light up.
Call the tow truck.
Ultra like
being
beam,
Judge
we
Joe,
beaming now.
of course, it's great to have good numbers.
CRS,
Anybody tell you
child
it's not,
rebel
they're
soldier,
crazy.
CIT on
It's great to have good
TV.
numbers,
Turn off
but
the
it's great
TV,
to have
Vernon
the
Jones,
knowledge
Governor
that's being
GA,
spread.
only other person
And
I
that's why
vote
I
for is
don't
Jeezy. Trap or die. Democrats
usually
wanna stay
stop
trapped and
anybody from
die.
using my information and my
Dallas coming
content,
overnight.
because it's about the
Democrats, right
information.
on
I believe
Republicans,
in the
cheated
information
twice.
so much.
Back to
I want
back,
you to
no
share
Drake
it.
concert, shut down the country. 2
What if
million
everybody
valid
believes
by
the shit they were
stuffing.
saying so
Other
much?
stuff, look out poll, watching staff smuggling overnight. How counting stop when we stay counting up.
Interview Jesse Lee Peterson.
We on a UV light beam. This is
I would
a
love
legacy.
to.
It's kind of hard to trust, you know, when so many people coming at me in so many different ways. So.
Hey, you got another good sister, Angela Stanton King, wants to talk with you.
Okay.
You need to talk with her.
I've been trying to. I saw her. I think she was under my Instagram. I need to reach out through her Instagram. See if I can
She
get
just got through contacting me and said, please drop the 411 to the good brother that I would love to get with him.
Well, you got the number. Just
collaborations. I'll give her your number.
Yeah, we'll do something tomorrow. Bill Cosby got out of jail, and I saw you on a couple other interviews, and I was with the whole movement at first because I heard about the whole NBC thing. Can you first explain why he got out of jail and how he got out of jail?
Okay, I've been saying since day one, they never should have prosecuted him because, first off, this woman that was the complainant in this criminal case filed a civil lawsuit. So Cosby's lawyer said, Fifth Amendment, you have a right to be free from self-incrimination. Anything you say can and will be used in evidence against you. Now, in a civil suit, you can be compelled to give a statement. In a criminal one, you can't. So the DA issued a letter which said basically, our detectives have investigated this. We find the witnesses are not credible. There is little to their story. There is very little, if anything, that could result in a credible prosecution. Therefore, we are declining to go forward, and Mr. Cosby has no further liability. The civil judge said, all right, you have to give these answers during these interrogatories and these depositions. So essentially what happened was he said, yeah, they wanted drugs. I gave them drugs, but I didn't take advantage of them. They wanted them. It was like, hey, bring on the drugs in the BBC. You know what that means, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
BBC?
Yeah, but we ain't going to say it on
Bring
YouTube.
on their groupies. You know, sex, drug, and rock and roll, sex, drugs, and basketball, baseball, football, TV, movies, politics, you name it. You have groupies for it.
Can you expound on the sex, drugs, and rock and roll part? Because
back
I
in the
talked to
70s and the 80s, that's where it was. Women were liberated. And by the way, that nonsense about supported by science, that's crap. It's not. People that support it in science are practitioners. So they do the 6B routine: unbelt, drop breeches, drop boxers, bend, spread butt cheeks, get banged. They get initiated. They want to jump on Mr. Cosby. What about these girls? What about them? Well, too damn bad. Under American law, if you accuse somebody, you're assumed to be making a false accusation unless you can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
So there was no due process. It was so egregious that never should have gone to prosecution. In fact, they ought to discipline the prosecutor that proceeded. I think they might. And
why do you say that?
Well, I assume he went to law school if he is a member of somebody's bar. And, you know, I do recall law school giving a focus on the Fifth Amendment and the right to be free from self-incrimination. Okay. So prosecutors are not just to get convictions, they're to administer justice. So this second prosecutor, he just wanted mob justice, mob rule. And for a black person to support that nonsense, oh, that's straight up and down. That's Emmett Till country right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in 50 years I've been doing this, I don't know how many injustices I've had to correct because of somebody's emotionalism wanting to get in the way of justice.
Right. So why do you think Why do you think a prosecutor would be emotional and want to prosecute Mr. Cosby the way that he did?
Because he hung his hat on that hashtag Me Too stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what is this
Anytime
about?
you get a cause that's emotionally driven,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting into this bad territory.
Mm-hmm. So what does this talk about NBC and all this stuff? Because we got a lot of
1992 Cosby, according to FTC, got together the financial package to acquire NBC.
Okay.
That got beat down. 2011, he put the package back together to acquire NBC.
Okay.
And see, it wouldn't have been an own thing like Oprah. It would have been a conscientious network. It would be doing some good stuff. Cosby was about that. And some people today want to confuse ethics and morality with sexual activity. It's not the same.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at you. See my new shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the go along, get along gang. We ain't mess with them.
Yeah, let's mess with them.
So basically, you saying men should just walk in their truth?
Yeah. Like, I've never taken a bribe. I've chased a whole lot of nookie in life. I've been essentially, for most of my adult life, about the pursuit, acquisition, and enjoyment of nookie.
Woo! Say that one more time. What you said?
I have, for most of my adult life, I have been about the pursuit, acquisition, and enjoyment of nookie.
Bars.
I ain't gonna lie about it.
Ooh, oh. I can't say
raped
that.
anybody. Always
Right.
tried to get an invite back. Always tried to make it an art form.
Well, it seems like women are the new men now. They can get money and enjoy all the men they want. But if a man has his own money and has his own way, if he get out here in these streets and do what you're saying now, it seems like he's going to end up with a case. How can a man who wants to live a bachelor's life live? Is he going to have to record everything?
Live it. Just make sure I have a rule. Don't screw anybody that you wouldn't be caught walking down the middle of Main Street at high noon with in front of all your friends.
Mm-hmm. So she got to look at and she got to look and act a certain way. Yeah, okay. She got to have a little common sense.
Lot of sense.
Cause there's some of them plumb dumb now, Judge, but they fine. They plumb dumb, but they fine now.
There are a lot of
hard now. It's hard.
There are a lot of fine smart ones too.
Oh yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. I don't know nothing about that though.
I know some of them. You know what I gotta say on that? Old man here, I ain't as good as I used to be, but most of the time I'm better than I ever was.
Hello.
Angela Stanton King, I'm gonna give them your numbers.
Yeah, text me Angela's number or either give her mine. If you could text me hers, I'll text her tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
We're trying to put together a leadership cadre.
So let's do it. Let's not try. Let's do it.
We will do this.
Okay, yes, sir.
Up and away. Man the hell up and do what you gotta do. And I'm out of here.
Salute to you.
There
yes,
you
sir.
go.
Yes, sir.
I'm gone.
And if he texts me Miss Stanton number, I'll try to bring her on tonight. I'll sit here for a second and try to bring her on tonight. Maybe we'll keep somebody out the streets tonight. I don't know. We got 12,000 people in the building. We might can keep some people out the streets and at home without getting in trouble. If he texts me Miss Angela number, I'll drop her the link. And matter of fact, let me see. I thought I seen her on my Instagram. Let me see if I can hit on my Instagram. But there be so many people faking on Instagram. Shoot, I got so many Instagram pages now, boy, it don't make no sense. And I thought I was a busted bus. Okay, this looked like, I don't know. This is an unverified page. But I'm unverified, so I ain't gonna judge. Let me see. I don't know if this her or not. Does Angela Stanton got a blue check or no? Because this one don't have a blue check. I don't wanna text somebody that's not her. They say deleted 308. That might be her. Shoot, let me just text anyway. I just texted, however you, this Kwame Brown. I should have texted this old busted bus. Trying to get in contact with you. And then we see what happened. But I love y'all. Let me see one more time if Miss Stanton responded to this. I would love to get her on. I actually said that earlier in one of my earlier lives. But I don't know how to get in contact with everybody like that. But she probably enjoying her family. If she hit me up, I will hit her back. I share FaceTime on the Messenger. Let me try that. I'm gonna just try it. This is how you get people. You gotta try. She might cuss my ass out, say, "Motherfucker, don't be calling me this late." And I'll say, "I'm sorry. I'll call you tomorrow." Happy 4th. Happy 4th of July. What time is it? Is it the 4th yet? Well, shit, happy 3rd, almost 4th. Happy 3rd and a half. Yeah, I'm throwing Bibles at him. I don't want no trouble. Judge Joe Brown hooked me up with her tomorrow. Maybe not the 4th, because the 4th is a holiday. Hold on. I got an Atlanta number just called me. I don't know who it is. Hold on. Hello? Hey. I'm still on live right now. I hear your voice. I knew it was you. Oh no, I'm up here turned up right now. If you ready to go, I can drop my link in. I can drop the link in the chat, and you can get on through there. And I will only let you in. Okay, I tell you what. I tell you what would be easier. Can you text me your email, and then I'll just email it to you. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, all right. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Miss Angela Stanton said that she'll be joining my live in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna stay live. It's the 4th, damn it. Change these codes. I'm finna go get me some more codes. Y'all stay right there. I'm finna go get me some more codes. Well, I'm turned up now. I got Angela Stanton, and you know damn well she ain't gonna hold nothing back. So it's on, Jack. Be right back. Man, Judge Joe Brown and Angela Stanton in the same night. Woo! It's gonna be on. I'll be back. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna turn off my mic. I'm gonna do me a little perimeter sweep. Use the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna cover this shit up. I'm tired of y'all looking at everything I'm doing. You were saying things like school choice and these things. And at that time, I was in the mindset where I didn't want to hear anything what you were saying because it wasn't a popular opinion. But the way they treated you made me go back and look up some of the things that you actually said. And what's confusing to me, what you actually said, once you look it up, it was all good stuff. Mm-hmm. So what's going on with the disconnect with our community with good stuff with people they don't like?
You know, I don't even think that people in our community don't like me. I think that they've been told not to like me. I mean, I'm Angie. I'm from the hood. I'm one of us. It ain't no cut on it. I don't never try to act or kick it like I'm somebody that I'm not. I'm always the same, whether it's Republican, Democrat, or whatever. I'm always the same person. And so I think this is about control. And I know that Malcolm X said a long time ago that he who controls the media controls the masses. So if we're pushing these narratives, like just let's just think about it for a minute. Let's just be honest. My fight. What am I fighting for? Well, I'm pro-life, right? A lot of people may not agree with that, but is that a reason to hate? Is that a reason to say I'm not going to stand with this sister because she wants black babies to live? They will try to make it seem as if I'm against women's rights instead of actually for our rights, because the future women of tomorrow need to live. So they're going to paint a picture like I'm the enemy, right? The people telling you to abort your children are your friends, and your sister telling you, hey, y'all, they tricking us, right? They finessing us. They tricked us into putting the blood on our own hands. They want them to believe that I'm the enemy. When I'm standing up, it's just us standing on truth. So before they allow someone to give us a message that actually heals, that actually delivers, that actually changes minds, they'll try to make you all think that I am the enemy. And not only that, but because I was aligned with Trump. And here's my thing, right? The work got to be done regardless of who's in office. Right now, we can't get nothing up out of Joe Biden, right? I at least got real tangibles from working with Trump. I was able to sit at the table. My voice was heard. We got laws changed. And I actually am responsible for getting several black people out of prison and back home reunited with their families. So when it comes to, this whole thing about politics and what president is in office, the fight for us never stops, regardless of who's in office. And if God put me in a position to be connected to somebody that would hear me, even if he wasn't listening to anybody else, and say, okay, well, what she's saying made good sense. That was one of the reasons why I started working with President Trump, because criminal justice reform was my thing. Everybody was crying about reuniting families at the border. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What about all our families that's been separated in the board, right? If we want to start talking about these politics, let's even go back to Section 8, because remember, you talking to Angie from the hood.
Oh, you about to preach now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me put it down.
Flashlights and looking up under the bed and looking all in the closets to make sure that it wasn't a man living in the house. That's a form of family separation right there. To tell you, we'll take care of you and the children, but the man can't come in. So when we talk about a lot of these bills, even with Joe Biden being in office right now, we talking about President Trump apologizing for the Central Park 5. I want Joe Biden to apologize for the 94 crime bill, right? That massively incarcerated us. This is what we were fighting to overturn. So when I was listening to everybody talking about family separation, I was just thinking about when they snatched my baby right out of my arms and Trump wasn't even president. And this is for a non-violent crime. It was my own personal experience that sent me into a Trump White House to share my story about what's going on in the black community, what's happening with us. The reason why we keep committing crimes is because we ain't got no money. Everybody out here trying to commit crimes of what a majority of us, we committing crimes of survival. Nigga want to take a chance on, trying to have a better life. So if somebody can cross the border illegally to have a better life, what about all of my brothers and sisters that's been taking penitentiary chances to have a better life all this time? So what about reuniting our families? And I got a lot of hate for my stance, and I got a lot of hate for working with Trump, but I couldn't be moved off of emotion. I had to go in and get the work done. And I did that, and I don't regret it. But right now, what I'm trying to do is just clear up the smear campaign that took place in the media, because at the end of the day, this is all about games, and they playing these games at our expense.
Well, I knew you was doing something right when everybody started attacking you. As you can see, everybody started attacking me. And then just to see the difference, and I referenced that, seeing that they brought 3 people against you on the Breakfast Club, and then they had just one person, Charlamagne God, against Joe Biden. And then next thing you know, he said, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. And then he walked off. And it's like they was ice grilling you on every little thing. And they kept bringing it back to Trump, and never the topic or the content of the context of what you were talking about. They just kept going to the person that you were aligned with. Why can't we as a people receive a message, even though we don't like somebody? Why can't we just receive the message?
Why do we think that all of us have to be Democrat? That's the problem with me. Like me, I felt like I was a Democrat for most of my life. I mean, welfare recipient. I mean, it was generational in my family. And when I got out of prison and was told that I couldn't get welfare, was told that I couldn't get Section 8, I had to get up off of my behind and figure out how to make a way. I couldn't go back to hustling. I was on parole. I was on probation. They was watching me. My name was hot. I had to figure out how to make it.
Angela, you a real nigga? No, I'm just go ahead.
No, bro. I'm a real nigga. No, for real, seriously. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it, and I knew that if I took a chance going back to the streets, that they would send me back to prison. So I figured out what my gift was, and my gift was writing. And from there, I started my own publishing company. And from starting my own publishing company, I finally became financially free, and I finally got it. I finally woke up. I said, "This is what we need." And being a single mother, raising children on my own, I know how it feels to get content. Like if you got somebody paying your rent, you know what I'm saying, for you every month on the first on time, and your concern is making sure that you're able to care for your children, then you get stuck in that place. And I think that a lot of the Democrat policies have kept us stuck. For welfare, for one. I mean, you got a lot of people that's scared to go out and start a business because, like, okay, well, what if I lose my benefits or I can't afford to pay for childcare? But what we need is financial literacy, and we need financial freedom. Not only that, we need to begin to value our lives again. Everybody talking about Black Lives Matter. We want Black Lives Matter to everybody but us. They say I'm a coon. Everybody I know that got murdered but killed by one of us. If you want to talk about my baby daddy, you want to talk about my niece, you want to talk about my cousins, you want to talk about my partners, you want to talk about the people that's been robbed, molested. I ain't dogging us out. I'm just saying now that I've been able to taste both sides and hear what's being said over here and hear what's being said over here, it's like they laughing at us, and we're doing more harm to ourselves by following these Democrat parties that are Democrat policies that are telling us abortion is healthcare. This is my thing. Like, if you got to handle your business, you got to handle your business, but we don't wear it as a badge of honor. We're not standing outside. Nowhere in civil rights history have you ever seen our people standing up saying we demand an abortion. We never fought for the right to abort our children. It wasn't nothing that we asked for. So it's like for them to push it like it's healthcare and what we need to do and what's best for us. No, that's a trick. That's a trick, because that way they don't have to lynch us, right? Because Margaret Sanger said what? The best way to get rid of a nigga is to kill him before he's born. So they got us into this mindset of thinking that we can't be successful unless we abort our children, right? That we're oppressed. All of the people telling us what we oppressed and we can't make it, and we listening to Oprah, and we listening to any of these celebrities, all them got money.
They all successful.
They put Meghan Markle on the stand talking about she experiencing racism and she oppressed. Bitch, you just married a prince. You just married into the richest family in the universe. What you oppressed? I'm trying to get like you. We have to wake up. I'm so sick and tired of the bullshit. I'm tired. The whole Black Lives Matter movement, and I believe Black Lives Matter.
Oh, yes. I wanted to ask you about that. Now you about to go into it, so I don't got to cut you off. Go ahead. I love to let people just go. Go ahead.
Now listen, y'all, I believe Black Lives Matter. I believe Black Lives Matter so much, y'all gonna ride by Planned Parenthood right there on Moreland here in Atlanta every given day and see me, your only sister out there begging my sisters not to go in there and kill those black babies, right? That's how much I believe Black Lives Matter. It's an agenda behind it, right? The way they always finesse us. Like you can't look at us. We can't say Black Lives Matter because we black. We got black children. We got black families. We got a black daddy, black mama, black brother. We love us, right? We can't say Black Lives Matter. So then they finessed us into this movement where everything about the Black Lives Matter movement actually is against black life. You can't. When they talking about
hold on, Miss Angela. I gotta say this. I've told my homeboys, and I always told them, I said it's gonna take a woman to wake you Negroes up. We've been so used to getting our direction from a woman that if a man say something to another man, we're going to meet that man with aggression. But it's going to take a woman to wake up sleeping men. And it may take a man to wake up sleeping women. But you are very important. The things that you are saying, men have heard the same stuff before. It's just now men are being led by women.
Everything right now is out of order. Like I've experienced it. I've experienced living in the hood. I experienced the trap, and I experienced the ghetto dream. You know what I'm saying? You got Dr. Phil, the whole Hollywood Unlocked, Breakfast Club, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the whole Democrats telling a mother's child that he can be a woman. Baby, you were meant to be a woman.
Man.
So are we getting ready to lose a whole generation because what? We scared? We want to be silent? We want to act like we don't see what's going on? We got a whole generation of fatherless children, little boys that want to be just like their mamas because their mothers have been the only example of strength that they have ever seen.
But they're telling these boys that's a good thing.
And where are we to tell them that it's not? Everything that we see right now is an attack on life. This is about depopulation, even when it comes all the way down to the,
Because no.
You're gonna get right into it. So let's go.
Oh yeah, you changed my perspective on a few things because of the way you were treated.
But it seems for some reason that all of these things they keep saying impact the Black community. We always impacted by everything. If it's AIDS, if it's COVID, if it's abortion, if it's mass incarceration, if it's gang violence, if it's transgenderism, and whatever it is, how can we survive for another 25 years?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. The only thing I said, my solutions was let's put coding in schools and let's put trades in schools. So that way these young men don't have to me, company policy is the most un-American thing in America. That's how they're controlling people. It's so many people want to speak like me. It's so many people want to speak like you. But if they go to their jobs and let's say they agree with you, let's say they wanted to say, I like Trump, I support Trump, they would have been fired.
Yep.
If they say, I don't agree with abortions, they're going to be fired. If they say my opinion is blah, 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 which an opinion shouldn't hold no weight.
Yep.
Company policy we have to get rid of because that's what's controlling America.
And our way of thinking, right? And it's not, and I had to get delivered from it too. Like literally everything that they told us is a lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got us up here thinking that all of us from Africa. I know I'm finna get ready to ruffle some feathers right now. I'm sorry, but my grandmother never told me we were from Africa. A lot of us are Indians, Black, Cherokee, Blackfoot Indians.
I'm geeky. We was already over here.
This is what I'm saying. So if I'm in my mind, we talk about affirmations all the time, right? We talk about waking up, looking in the mirror, telling yourself positive things, right? So you can have a positive impact and have a positive day. But if we are teaching children things right now, like you're oppressed or you'll never be as successful as a white man, if I had that way of thinking, I'd still be in the projects right now.
So, and that's what I said. I try to tell my story because my story, even though it's a little bit painful to remember, it's a testimony for another person, for another child. And I was successful despite of it, in spite of me, going through the homeless shelter, being in the welfare line, my mother listening to my father, and then he making mistakes that he made, and her being out of the workforce for over 15 years and having to figure it out. She stayed together. She would have died for us, and so that's why the whole mama's cooking. It's like women don't understand. They've been tricked to go to work so much. My mom turned into a different woman when she worked. When she had the best thing that happened to us as children is that she hurt her back, because when she was forced to work, she was a different person. It was no more her nurturing and teaching us.
That's their plan, right? The plan is to remove the parents so they can parent, right? So if the father is in jail, the mother out here struggling, and I'm not saying all fathers in jail. Father ain't got to be in jail. Maybe he could be a deadbeat, or maybe he just went on and got another family. But if the father is out of the home and the mother is having to work and the mother is having to provide, she can't be there to nurture those children and to raise them the way that they need to be raised. So what happens? Society steps in. What we see right now coming down through the pipeline with education. We're not teaching our little boys and girls that they can sexually transition. This is something that the school is teaching them. We're not teaching our boys and girls, the majority of us in our houses, that they can't be as great as a white man. I know my mom always told me I can do whatever I want to do. Most of our parents tell us don't never let nobody or nothing get in the way of anything that we're doing. We're actually allowing these people to teach our children things that totally go against what we believe and what we stand for. So when it comes to like conservatism, going to church, the traditional family, having morals, having values, most Black people, that's what we come from. This new wave, this new agenda that we see coming on, this is something that's coming from a white liberal mindset. It's not coming from us. And we just feeling like we got to go along to get along, just like your shirt said. And we sitting up here voting against our own interests. Joe Biden won't give us school choice, won't give us any type of bill. I was privileged enough to be able to experience, like I said, both sides of the spectrum. I understand how important it is to make sure that you're educated and you have opportunities. The school system right now is set up directly for prison. They know by the third grade how many of our kids are going to go to prison and how many of them are going to be successful. I can tell you right now, out of some of the schools that I went to, a lot of my friends, many of them ended up in prison. We weren't taught. They're not teaching us about finances. They're not teaching us about credit. What are they teaching us about? And now what they teaching our children, like even with the critical race theory, like, listen, here's my thing. Ain't no white people alive today that had slaves 300-400 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. Some of us had slaves. Some of us got slaves right now. People that work for us that pay. We have to get we need to get focused on what we can do to preserve Black life, what we can do to reunite Black families, right? Bring the men back in the home, because y'all need to pay attention to what's going on. Women and children are losing their rights. Like, they're fighting us. They putting us in a position where we aren't even able to protect our children. If we are helping them destroy the Black man, Black sister, you ain't got nothing if you ain't got the Black man. And I know we've been here. I know we've been
say that one more time for the Black men that didn't hear that, and the sisters
you
in the
ain't
back.
got nothing if you don't have the Black man. And I have to think about my sisters a lot of times, because I'm like, where are we in this fight when it comes to our sons, when it comes to our brothers?
Oh my goodness. I asked that, not to cut you off. I asked that in my last live. I said, listen, some of you ladies got 2 boys and you got 1 girl, but you're giving the girl the Black girl magic. Where's the Black boy magic? He already don't have a father. He don't know what to look up to. So he gonna join the gang. He gonna be everything that you expect a man not to be. That's what that boy gonna grow up to be.
I'm literally out here fighting for us to be free from prison, fighting for our men to be men, fighting for our babies to live, and being beat down in every single direction because I don't agree with their agenda. That is not the meaning of Black life or preserving Black life. We can in no way continue to support the very people that want to execute us and want to fund it. The first thing Joe Biden did was globally fund abortion. They said globally funded, but it was only in Mexico and Africa. And right here in the United States, and y'all know all the abortion.
And who runs Africa? I think China, right? I think.
Come on now. All the abortion clinics in the hood. We get abortion clinics, they get fertility clinics. 46% of our population has been aborted. That means we killing our own army. We talking about being an oppressed minority. We're going to always be an oppressed minority if we keep aborting our children. We're not letting our children live because these people
46%
have been aborted. It's not that they weren't created. They were killed before they were born. This is the biggest genocide against Black life that has ever happened. This bigger than KKK, baby. This even worse. It was 7 white men that made the decision to pass Roe v. Wade. 7 white men gave us the permission to kill our children and get away with it. But the daddy can't kill the baby. You gonna make the daddy be responsible for the child for 18 years, but if the mama says she don't want the baby, you will let a white abortionist kill the baby. Well, why the daddy can't kill it? We talking about white supremacy. Black men, stop playing these white abortionists to kill your black baby. Stop putting hits out on your own children. Let's preserve and respect life. We don't have to keep doing the same things over and over and over again, right? And there is enough of us that done made money and got on for Black America to not be suffering. Like, I'm tired. Like, if Diddy and all of them to come together and pull a benefit concert to raise money for the Democrats, then why the fuck they can't put together a benefit concert to build community centers in our communities to make sure that they teaching our people how to get money? But why don't we own the nail salons? Why we don't own the gas stations? Yeah. Why we don't own the beauty supply stores? And everybody's still crying about oppression. We have to change. We got to stop listening to these people that's been in leadership all of these years and we still stuck. How the fuck y'all been leading us 50, 60 years, man? We still run around here marching and protesting and ain't nothing changed.
You see my shirt, Go Along, Get Along Gang. I got a 2-part question. What does Go Along, Get Along Gang mean to you in your words? And does it have a color?
I think it has a party. I think the Go Along, Get Along Gang is, it don't matter what you do, what you say, we going along with it because we all sold out and we all bought, right? The majority of all of the Democrats are actually funded by Planned Parenthood. That's an issue for me. That's an issue for me. All of the Democrats are funded by the owner of BET, Robert Bashees. He's donated to all of them. They're not
talking about white daddy.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Why? To push these agendas. They saying that black women are the reason why Joe Biden got in office. Well, why we ain't got nothing but free abortions? What else are we gonna get? You telling me that's
hold on now, Joe Biden gave us some statues.
All I know is Trump said he had $500 billion, came to Atlanta to roll out the plan, told me, Angela said, I'm gonna work with you in Fulton County to make sure that this get distributed to your community. I'm telling everybody that know me. I went back to the old Angie. I want Angie, running for Congress. I'm telling y'all, look, we got the leg, we got the bag. Don't fumble the bag. This is our opportunity. What did niggas do? Y'all had to go vote for a nigga that told you if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You had to prove that you wasn't black. I'm trying to get us some money. We still stuck. And we still got these same people in office that's to go along to get along because they all paid puppets. You can't tell me you care about black life and you want to pay for us to abort our children. You don't want to pay for our children to live. You want to pay to abort them. That ain't the best answer.
Right. They don't want to pay for coding. They don't want to pay for trade schools. They want to pay for abortions.
You don't want to teach our children about code and the trade in school. It was on the floor to teach our children about abstinence, right? Every Democrat voted against it. Every Democrat voted against teaching our children about abstinence and voted for teaching them about all of these different type of sexes, different type of genders. It was also on the floor that if a baby is born after a failed abortion attempt, that a doctor would render aid to that baby, considering it its own person. Every Democrat in office voted against it. It was called the Born Alive Act. I just, for me personally, and like I said, I was a Democrat, but when I started getting involved in politics, like the Democrat Party of today is not the Democrat Party that we knew when grandmama and them was growing up. You understand? Like they have gotten very, very radical, and everything that comes from the Democrat Party is against black people, against black life, and they use us to push their agendas, and I am tired of it. At the end of the day, I have to realize I may not get the recognition that other people in this movement get, but one thing I do know, I was able to go in there and ask Trump to free Kwame Kilpatrick, and it happened. You understand where I'm coming from? I was able to go in and submit a list of over 100 names of people that I believe were deserving of a pardon, and the president looked at that, and several of those people were released. We were able to get HBCUs permanently funded. People don't even know that our colleges were having to go back because of Biden, because of Biden, that's what I call him, Obama and Joe Biden, and get funded every year. Only historical Black colleges. Not only that, they put a ban on faith-based colleges where they couldn't get any federal funding because they were teaching about God. Trump lifted that ban to make sure we had education. I worked with them on opportunity zones. After Black Lives Matter came through and burned our shit down, what I realized was nobody was burning it back up. Everybody was like, yay, 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 the Wendy's burned down here in Atlanta. Bruh, it was 7 sisters from the hood that worked at the Wendy's. That's how they was providing for their kids. Like now we can't even go to Wendy's after school no more. You got to go all the way on the other side of town. It brings opportunity to our communities. It brings jobs. It makes people want to come to the area. What I've seen in the last 2 years about all of this hate and all of this stuff being politically driven is games that they are playing while we're suffering, even COVID. I ain't gonna get into all that. I'm gonna write a book about it. All of this stuff is game, right? They wouldn't let Trump know what we needed. He know we needed money. He wasn't a politician.
Mm-hmm.
He know we needed money. That's damn, the politics free us. I know what's gonna stop my brothers from robbing on the corner. These niggas know how to get some money legally to take care of their children, right? I know it's gonna stop my sister from feeling like she gotta be a slut or she gotta shake her ass in the club. She needs to have another way to make that same amount of money to be able to take care of her children, okay? All of these things they got us idolizing, everything that they got us watching on TV, it contributes to our demise. I know it did it.
I agree with you 100%. So how do we get people out of the race game and into the money game? Because that's all they use is race. And I keep telling people what happened to me in life and what happened to a lot of people in life. What even happened to the slaves? They did it because of money. It was a financial gain for someone at the end of the day. So everything today is still about money, just like it was before.
Yeah.
And we got to get into the money game. How do we do that?
We got to get into the money game. Well, it take people like you. It take people like Tony Robinson. It take people like me. Honest people that's coming to the community and want to educate them, right? Judge Joe Brown and want to help them get free. Our biggest enemy is the media, right? Because they're going to lie. They don't want our people to be free. They don't want them to have this knowledge. They will delete my account and make me look like a stone cold fool before they let me tell Black women the importance of giving birth to our children. If I set up on a stage and say, no, we don't need to have our children. You actually need to have an abortion because Black women are dying. You know, Planned Parenthood put up a tweet on October 31st, 2017, right? This is Halloween. Saying it is safer for Black women to have an abortion than it is for them to give birth to their children. First of all, Black women been giving birth since the beginning of time. My mama wasn't even born in the hospital. Birth is a natural thing, right? Animals do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to go to a hospital. Again, that's something about money. I've seen women walking, trying to make it to the hospital, and a baby pop out, right? So we've been giving birth since the beginning of time. So the notion that they're trying to put out there that it's safer for us to abort our children and to give birth, that first of all, that is so disrespectful. Why are we supporting that? Why are we not offended, right? That you have an admitted racist organization that's basically trying to convince us that it's better for us to abort our children and to let them live? We have to wake up. That tells me that they're not trying to have no positive change.
Right.
They don't want positive. They don't want. It's the reason why you can't get a record deal if you Black unless you telling niggas to kill themselves or sell drugs or rape somebody or rob somebody. It's the reason why you can't get a record deal if you're a Black female if you ain't talking about selling your ass or shaking your ass. Okay, there's a reason. But that white girl can go in there and get one. That white boy, they don't have to rap about killing their family. Everything we do is to our demise. You can't get lifted up or elevated or put on a platform if you are not supporting these agendas that we know are directly against who we are as a people. You notice they got the whole alphabet, every letter except the H, heterosexual. There's a reason why we're not included, because we're the only ones that can create life. We're the only ones that's separate. You understand where I'm coming from? All of them came from straight people, right? Like if it wasn't for us, there wouldn't even be any. A man and a woman got to have sex for you to have a life. That's just the bottom line, however you want to look at it. So for us to believe that we are supposed to, that the creation is supposed to outnumber the creator, right? Then we know that this has to be an agenda. Right. And this is what we're up against, and this is what we're dealing with right now. It absolutely is an agenda. And I was telling people when I was running my campaign, but every time I go on the show, they want to talk about Trump. They won't let me talk about what was coming down the pipeline for our children. And I kept screaming, but they silenced me because they wanted us to be distracted by racism, because I promise you the target is the children, because 15 years from now, right, they're the ones that's going to be running things, not us. Like, I don't want to be living in a world where a bunch of confused children that don't even know who they are is telling us what to do. And we're right now sitting back allowing it to happen because they got us so stuck on Black Lives Matter and all these children matter. Okay? They telling mama she can't go to work if you ain't in school, and I can't put you in school unless you have these vaccines. Remember, they mandatory by the government. You can't even get your child in school unless you take that 3321 form. They're going to make you vaccinate that child, right? No person that has ever gotten an abortion, again, like I said, walked up out of the clinic and said, let me have my baby's remains. And they didn't try to give them to you and didn't ask you if you wanted them. And didn't tell you what they did with them. 900 Black babies aborted every day. Now, I'm not talking about all the babies. I'm just talking about 900 per day. If we stopped aborting our babies for 1 year, we will see an almost 30% increase in our numbers as a minority group. Joe Biden on that live said, America is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2024 or 2040, white people are going to be the minority. This is their fear. It's already there. So they got to figure out a way to get rid of us. And how they going to get rid of us? They going to tell our young girls that abortion is health care, kill that nigga before he born, because that's one less nigga we got to worry about, right? Do us a favor, please. Matter of fact, sis, we're going to make sure you don't have a baby. We're going to pay for it. Come see us. We're going to pass funding. We're going to make sure that this tax dollars there to kill that baby, because we'd rather that baby be dead than for us to have to take the risk of another degenerate being born into your welfare community, right? Now, I was born out of nothing. I don't know about you, right? Who's to say that my life is not important? How you get to decide that I don't deserve to live because my mama on welfare? How you get to decide that I don't deserve to live because I'm Black? And you telling my mama that she better off aborting me than giving birth to me because it's a chance she could die giving life. But at the same time, the people telling us to take the vaccine and abort our children, opening up our borders for what? The replacement plan, because they said, niggas, your time is up. Y'all lazy. Y'all don't want to work. We're getting ready to replace y'all. We're going to let millions of illegal immigrants come in.
11 million.
Never be able to vote for another president that want to put Black America before illegal immigrants. You know why? Because their vote now is what count. Y'all don't vote anyway. We voting against our own interests. I hate to break it to you, and I don't know who watching, and I'm not trying to sound like a racist, but them illegal immigrants don't give a fuck about you or your children. They're not finna do nothing for us. So even the people that's coming home from prison that will take some of those low-paying jobs, what are we leaving for our own people? What they already can come over here, get all the loans, get all the stores in our communities, get everything. Why we keep voting against our own interests? That's what I don't get. It's not getting us nowhere. And why are we not demanding action from Joe Biden? I got called a coon everywhere I went. These niggas sitting up here standing with Joe Biden, Ain't not one person got free from prison except Bill Cosby. That ain't had nothing to do with Joe Biden. Not one person that got free from prison. We ain't got not one any type of bill whatsoever. The only thing that we got was the Equality Act. And they're gonna say that you an unfit parent. Are you all paying attention? Did y'all see what happened when I went on Dr. Phil? Y'all want to talk about white supremacy? White supremacy is a white man sitting up on the stage telling you that the king you gave birth to is a woman. That's white supremacy. Y'all better wake up. Stop allowing these people to lie to us. Stop allowing them to mislead our children. Stop allowing them to divide us by Republican or Democrat. You need Republicans and Democrats representing you. If those both are the powers, if that's the case, if we doing what's best for black people, you can't tell me that we supposed to be, everybody that we supposed to support is all of the people that saying we should support our children. No, we want to vote for some people that want our children to live, that want to give us other options.
Well, you definitely got support of the people in the chat, and I've been trying to highlight some of the people. So it's not like it's falling on deaf ears.
Okay, so we are in control of this, right? Because I've realized that a lot of oppression that I've received have come from a lot of my own people, right? Just hate. So we have to begin to control the narrative and take back control. Those of us that are real, those of us that are honest, those of us that are true, like I said before, begin to create our own lines of communication. Begin to do exactly what you're doing, hosting these shows, getting the word out, letting people know. We need to stand up for what we know to be right. Stop doing this go along to get along, because that hasn't gotten us anywhere at all. We don't even have the right to discipline our own children. They're going to take the power out of our hands as the parents, say we can't discipline our children. Our children don't even respect us, but you're going to demand that he respect you? No, it starts at home. So why is it that I can't discipline him, but if he disrespects you, you get to kill him? We got to take back our power. We got to take back our control. We got to get real ones in office. Stop allowing these people to run these smear campaigns on the real ones. We in a situation that we in because it ain't nobody like me in Congress. We don't have a voice on the floor, right? And they gonna tell you don't put her in there, right? They rather tell you the people for us is Ayanna Presley, Cori Bush, Stacey Abrams. What I need to tell my black brothers, why y'all keep voting for black women that don't even like black men? They wouldn't date you.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time for the people that didn't hear that in the back.
Black women in office that don't even like black men, they wouldn't even date you. Not only that, how you represent black life, mama, you ain't even willing to create a black life. You ain't even willing to have a black family. Kamala Harris met, and listen, I ain't trying to be racist. They say I be racist. I just have to be real. Kamala Harris don't have no black children. She's married to a white man. They don't know our struggle. Stacey Abrams don't have any children. Stop letting these women with cursed wombs tell you to abort your children. It's the reason why they don't have kids. It could be an ulterior motive. Everything that they push for us is against life. And as long as we continue to stand behind these people, to support these people, just because we black. Yes, Stacey Abrams, you black, but you don't like black men, huh? Where is Ayanna Presley?
You don't like black men? That's confirmed.
How is it that we are voting against? We're voting to put our children in harm's way. Why are we voting for our daughters to abort our own grandchildren? You voting to execute your own lifeline 15, 20 years from now down the road. You don't even know it. That could be our Martin. That could be our Malcolm. Hell, y'all love Obama. He ain't did nothing but turn our sons into women. Y'all love him, but that could be your Obama. We are not even protecting our bloodlines or our lifelines. They got us completely going against everything that we were created to be. And we wondering why shit getting worse and it's not getting better for us. We got to change.
Man, you know what? I knew this interview was going to be good if I ever got you on, but I didn't expect the raw. And well, I did expect the raw and the realness, but just the reaction that you're getting from the people, I see why they stopping you from talking. Your voice and the way you speak was so so much. You can't put it into words. You sound like my auntie. You sound like my mother. You sound like everybody, every woman that I grew up around sound like you. Yep. And I don't think they want, that's why I always tell young black people, you got to get back to the elders. There was always a woman like you in our hood or in our neighborhoods. It was hoods when I grew up, that nobody got mad at you for what you said. You got the respect to be able to get anybody in line that was doing something wrong. It's all about bad behavior.
We got to stop being separated by color, right? We got to stop being separated by color. We got to stop being separated by religion. We got to stop being separated by political parties. What we have to understand right now is that this is about good or evil. It don't matter if you gay, straight, if you Democrat, Republican, if you rich, if you poor, if you white, if you black.
Hold on, wait. When the baby about to come out.
Yes, full-term abortion is legal. They will kill a full 9-month-old baby as long as it's before his head reaches the bottom of that birth canal. She could be dilating the baby on his way out and say, I don't want the baby no more, and they will kill the baby. That's a life. We can't support that, especially when we know that the majority of the babies being aborted are black, because they have us so confused. They lied to us. They told us we can't be successful unless we abort our children. That was the whole purpose of birth control, to control our birth population. They wanted to make sure it wasn't more niggas than it was white people.
I'm with Big Loan or whatever his name is. Damn, that's all I can say. Like, what? You mean to tell me if a baby is about to come out, it has his own heartbeat, has his own lungs, has his own everything now at this point. Yep. And they can kill it after that under what grounds?
Yep, because the mother wants an abortion. It's the mother's choice. My body, my choice. And that's another lie, because none of us got the same bodies as our mamas. Like, stop letting these people tell you anything and you just run with it. How is it my body, my choice? My mama dead, I'm alive. I got 5 children. Ain't none of them me. They have their own life. It's not your body, your choice. It's the baby's body. We have bought so much, but we've been misled, and and I can't fuss because we really don't know no better. Why can't that apply to the mother? If the mother can kill the baby, then the father should be able to kill the baby. If the father has to be responsible for the child for 18 years, then the mother should have to be responsible for the child for 18 years. Abortion is not the only option. Adoption is also an option. We need to seek value in allowing our children to live, even if we don't think that it's the right time. Because back in the day, we would see all the white people doing adoption. We'd be like, we ain't giving our baby up for adoption. We ain't finna let nobody mistreat our baby. This our mind. What if somebody mistreat the baby? What if the baby suffer? Bitch, you finna kill the baby. We gotta wake up, y'all. And I love y'all. And like I said, I'm just that auntie. I'm just too real for TV. This is love, it's not hate. But we gotta get this, and we gotta continue, and we have to talk to our young men.
I don't think you too real for TV. I think that you are just like the elder men and women that taught our community the right way. A woman that can defend herself, stand on it, speak positive. You can't call her a sellout. You've been through everything that anybody from the hood can ever use as an excuse. So you're one of the people that, like Dr. Boy said, you're dangerous because you're not going to bend the knee and accept what somebody tell you. They're gonna have to show you.
I refuse to believe that it's all lost, right? And I'm not standing with anybody. And I get called out on both sides. When the Republicans on their bullshit, I'll call them out too. Democrats, I'll call them out too. It's not about the get along, the go along game with me. It's about what's right, right? It's about what's right. Sisters, we need our men. We know it's not our decision, right? But we need them. We should be encouraging them to be men. We should be showing them that we appreciate them for being men, right? All of this toxic masculinity bullshit, That's a way to get these people out of the way so you don't have no protection. We're not going to stand with these people and help them to destroy the only shot that we got at anything. Don't let these people make you think that a white man is our savior.
Man.
The black man is our savior.
Whoa! One more. What you say?
The black man is our savior.
Whether you know that's an unpopular opinion.
Son, whether it's your brother, baby, that black man coming for you. Right. And we all been hurt. But how long we gonna dwell on what's been wrong? Because they destroying us, we destroying us. We can't win at the rate that we going. We got to wake up and stop thinking that everything is hate. We cannot survive all of these attacks. Okay? We're going to be wiped out. 20 years from now, you sure enough know that the black vote ain't going to count.
But I think we need to support you when it comes to government and the goals that you're trying to accomplish, because if you're going to fight and represent black people this hard, why is it so easy for people that talk nice for the black community, say what we want to hear, then they move to the whitest communities in the whitest part of the neighborhoods? Like, I don't get it. They were the biggest advocates for Black Lives Matter.
The only person that can check these black women about pushing abortion is a black woman that's pro-life. I keep telling the Republican Party this, y'all. Listen, you cannot send these little prissy little white girls in there to deal with Ayanna Pressley, Cori Bush, Erica Thomas, all of these people that's calling themselves a part of, what they call them, some shit they got in there, the squad. You gotta have a real sister, man, sit directly from your ancestors that's really willing to stand up and fight for life, that's willing to stand up, fight for our children, and fight for our families. If they're not pushing agendas that protect our children, that protect manhood, everything is against our creation. It's dangerous. And we got to wake up, Kwame, and that's all I got to say, man. The message ain't going to change, man. Y'all, everybody that support me, I appreciate it. Y'all know they done took down all my platforms. They got rid of my Twitter. They got rid of my IG. I'm trying to fight to get my IG back. I'm in the process now of creating my own website that can't be taken down so you guys can be able to come over here and support me, because somebody got to be willing to tell the truth. And I guess now that it's all said and done, I kind of really do thank God for that experience that I had with being able to work with the Trump administration, because my eyes would have never been open to this evil. Like, I would have never known about these games that they playing in politics. And when I found out, I felt like it was my duty to bring this news to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all, look, shit, this is what's going on. Like, I was just as shocked as any. I'm still shocked. Like, I cannot believe the shit that's happening right now. Where is our protection at as women? We're losing our rights and we are losing our freedoms. This is a transhumanism agenda. And whenever you create another subspecies of human, your black ass better watch out.
I agree with you on that.
You better watch out. They coming to destroy, baby. They coming to destroy.
Man, you know what? I did not know that. Like I said, I didn't know this interview was gonna go so well, and I'm appreciative, and I'm glad that you were finally able to just speak whatever you want to say, because a lot of times I've seen you in different interviews and they keep cutting you off. They keep trying to stop you from saying what it is you're trying to say, and sway the narrative to make you look like you hate folk, to make you look like a certain way. They try to upset you. And everything you're saying now that you're getting it out the way you want is just real talk. It's just common sense. Now, there's some people in the chat asking for your Cash App. Can you tell the people your Cash App?
Ask Show. So ASK for Angela Stanton King, and then Show. So Ask Show, guys. I appreciate that for those of you that are supporting me. We're in the process right now, man, of trying to figure out where do we go next? I mean, all of the stuff that happened in the election, even here in Fulton County with the alleged water main break. I mean, my opponent, Nakima Williams, who is worked for Planned Parenthood for 17 years. I mean, literally paid to tell us to kill our babies. Wouldn't even debate me. somehow she got more votes than John Lewis. I mean, I do believe that there was some type of election fraud going on, because there's no way nobody ever heard of you ever in life and you got more votes than John Lewis. But again, them trying to suppress my voice, not letting you hear me, not letting me get in office. You know why? Because it's about money. They rather make sure that they get paid than put somebody in there that's going to truly set us free. And we just got to fight back with all that we can. So for everybody that support me, I appreciate you. And my new IG is Real Angela Stanton. You all can follow me there at Real Angela Stanton on IG. Until we get the other one back, we just going to keep fighting. And man, listen, from all my sisters, we love y'all. We need y'all. I'm calling y'all to stand up and fight for our sisters and fight for your children. Y'all cannot leave us out here on the front line to fight no man. It's out. We're dealing with a lot of mental health, and we all need to stick together. And one thing that I know we can stick together and agree on is when it comes to our children, protecting the innocence of our children. That's the one thing we can agree on if we can't agree on nothing else. And that's where I want y'all to meet me at. That's what I'm about, making sure that we're preserving the innocence of our children. Grown folk do what you want to do, but we need to protect our kids. And it's time.
And that's what we can find a through line at.
Y'all gonna be hearing more from me and Kwame. We got a lot to rap about. Judge Joe Brown, that's one of my mentors as well. Absolutely love him. Y'all keep looking out for the real man, spreading the real, supporting the real, and calling out them suckers. Calling them out. Stop letting these people lie to us and mislead us. But we can come from the bottom up. We can make it to the top. These are the messages that y'all need to hear. Not none of that shit. It's the white people fault. Nah, we good. That's it.
Man, you know, I love the message. And like I said, you got my number. I'm going to be creating a podcast, so that way, in case they take my YouTube down, I'll have a podcast where we can all spread this message. I think it spread like wildfires now. They thought that it was just a, fly by night. I'm going to argue with two guys like they thought it was. And I use controversy to push a bigger message. And I think people like you, people like Judge Joe Brown, people that can make it all make sense. You guys have been fighting for this for years. And I wasn't going to allow myself to have a platform and not make it. I can make it fun. I can joke. I can play around. But you got to be connected to something. You got to be connected to the elders. Like adults all did their things, but most times adults, real men and real women, and that's what people don't understand. Real men protect women. Real men we're not your enemy. We might be disagreeable. We might not agree on everything. We might not say what you want to hear. It's not toxic. It's not all these things. It's just a disagreement. But at the end of the day, if somebody aggress you, a real man will defend a woman that he don't even know. And we got to get back to those days where that happened. Now, men are afraid to talk to a woman's children. Men are afraid to say anything at this point.
Because our government got them afraid. Because they said, hey, if this one man identifies as a woman, and that's just like you hitting a woman. Most men gonna think twice before they hit a woman. Now they done sold us this illusion. And I'm gonna be on the other side of criminal justice reform. And listen, man, anything go down. Hopefully my boy will be back in 2024, man, and we can get some more people out of prison. I want another thing that I want to say before I get out of here is all of those people that told us to vote for Joe Biden.
They quiet now.
T.I., 2 Chainz, all of these folks that was rapping and tap dancing for this man, y'all need to be holding them accountable.
Woo.
If Snoop Dogg
say them names again. You going in now. Who you say?
Jeezy, Diddy, Isaac Hayes Jr., Stacey Abrams, all of these people that told y'all to vote for Joe Biden, y'all need to be holding these people accountable. The same way you did me. If D.L. Hewley can roast me every day for going in, fighting for black babies and not being aborted and black people to be free, if Snoop Dogg can put up a picture of me on his page calling me a coon next to Candace Owens and Larry Elder, which I feel real disrespectful to Snoop. If he can do that, we can ask them why the hell ain't nobody got free since Joe Biden been in prison. Where y'all criminal justice reform at? Why did the ball drop? Now, Joe Biden ain't gonna let me nowhere near him because I done told him to his face he ain't nothing but a pedophile, him and Kamala Harris. So I can't go in and ask for nobody to get out. But for those of you that's connected to this administration, for those of you that's working with this administration, right? For those of you that take credit for getting these people in office, why y'all not holding them accountable? Why black people ain't got nothing? Why y'all not holding them accountable?
I think we know why. It's an agenda.
Y'all sold out.
Y'all
sold out.
We gotta do this again. I definitely appreciate you, jumping up, reaching out to me. I'm glad. This was you just don't understand to having you and Judge Joe Brown the same night, two people that just speak the truth, that's not being controlled. That's a blessing for the people.
Yep.
I don't know if they know what they're witnessing tonight, but that's a blessing.
Yep.
The first real thing they heard in a long time.
Yep. So. And we will do it again. Come on, brother. I appreciate all the work you do. Thank you to everybody that support me, everybody that donated. I love you guys. Don't let them lie on the kid. Don't let them lie on the kid. They trying to do me like they did Malcolm. See, they had your own people kill you. Because they had you thinking that I'm against you and I'm really for you. And they had your own people been to knock you off thinking you out here against them. But you really fighting for them. So open up your eyes in this season, man. This right here is getting ready to show us the real from the fake. These next 4 years going to determine the real from the fake, and we're going to see.
I definitely appreciate you. Respect you. Salute. Y'all should give a round of applause for her coming. I appreciate you. Man. What can we say? I mean, she came in and she gave it real. So I'm appreciative. Wow. I did not expect the interview. I did not expect to interview two people that are free thinkers like that just says whatever. But I hope y'all can respect that I gave both guests opportunity to just speak whatever is on their mind. I think more people need to interview people like that and speaking the truth all the time. So when you bring a guest on, you let them speak it however they want to speak from their heart. And I don't think she said everything as a fact. There was a few things she said as a fact, and that I agree with. We have to start championing women like that. Women that's not going to say everything that you want to hear. Those are the people that are the truth tellers. Judge Joe Brown, people that are free, that have maybe seen some stuff you haven't seen and trying to relay a message to you that you may not understand, but you might just need to get their perspective on it and have a conversation. Before you shun a person, you might want to get their perspective and understand why they're saying what they're saying. We have to get back to a common sense. So hopefully we can connect you back to the elders. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate you. Y'all please follow Miss Angela Stanton and please donate. Thank you guys. But it's the 4th of July. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling real. Yeah. How y'all feeling? Yeah. Let me do one without the straw. Solo, we're gonna give y'all some props today. Y'all ain't even paid me, but brought to you by Solo today, goddammit. Woo! And I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be up in here. Yes. Let me start off by saying thank you so much to Miss Angela Stanton for coming on to my show, getting out of her bed and giving us her time last night. Thank you to Judge Joe Brown for always being Judge Joe Brown and gracing us with his wisdom and his firsthand. I'm gonna say that one more time. Firsthand knowledge, education, and experience in many situations that most people just talk about. Firsthand from his own eyes. He was there, grew up in the time, not trying to cross blend times. In their era, it was a whole different ball game. I know the definition of an opinion. So for people to get fired over that, for people to not be able to hear people because of that, for people to not be able to have conversations because of an opinion, that shows how stupid we really are. Educated my ass. The old school men and women will kick the shit out of our fragile, dumb ass as a whole. Because some of us waking up. Yes, Lord. They tell you not to listen to Judge Joe Brown. They bring them on podcasts, bring an elder on podcasts and shows that's controlled by the mainstream media and put a black guy up there that talk fast, talk loud, fake educated, don't listen to shit, and don't even want other people to hear perspective. Motherfucker look at a tax law, study the law so hard that they do, it seems like they do illegal shit. Allegedly, that's somewhat a loophole legally. It's like, hold on, what the fuck? You did how, what? Yeah, them type of people. There's some people like that, boy. Fuck your law. They gonna figure out a way how to get it. They look at the law. There's some people out there that look at the law and figure out a way how to use that law against you, because they gonna figure out a loophole. Boy, there's some bad motherfuckers out here, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah, I want to bump into all y'all. Sprinkle that shit on me. Yes. Help me, goddamn. I love y'all, motherfucker. Yes, yeah.
We the people here. I heard we the people in the building. Show what we the people do. Be like, we the people. That's a hit. To the bus life. That's a hit. That's my best life. We the people. Yeah. I ain't always gonna be here. Learn to see clear. We the people. That's a hit. Learn a thing. That's a hit. Now